What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is the Isaiah Center Show. I've been out for a little minute, taking my time. I had some stuff I needed to do. But today we're going to be reacting to the Michael Jackson disrespect is crazy. My name is Isaiah. This is Isaiah Center Show. Let's jump straight into it.
Michael Jackson, in this day and age, does not reach the heights of success that he did.
So they just be giving anyone mics, huh? We all know Michael Jackson is the GOAT of pop music and live entertainment, right? He wasn't just a singer, he changed music forever. He had the biggest album of all time, created legendary music videos, and invented iconic dance moves like the moonwalk. And let's not forget, the motherfucker made people faint at his concerts.
Yeah.
So, why are people disrespecting him? For those who don't know, Drake achieved his 14th #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, passing Michael Jackson on the list of most #1 hits in America, which, don't get me wrong, is monumental, but based off that, people are saying
he's not from America though, right? Drake is from Canada. Let's just do that.
1 hits in America, which, don't get me wrong, is monumental, but based off that, people are saying Drake is better than Michael Jackson. Exhibit A, I saw this clip floating around. DDG and Dub get into a heated argument with their homies after claiming Drake has officially surpassed Michael Jackson's legacy as the greatest artist of all time.
So you telling me that niggas was passing out for Michael Jackson, it was okay, but I'm saying I'll pass out for Drake and it's not? Huh? Niggas was grown-ass man was passing out at this nigga concert.
The issue isn't about the passing out itself, it's more about how people viewed Michael Jackson culturally. Back then, Michael Jackson wasn't treated like a normal celebrity. He was treated like a once-in-a-lifetime global phenomenon. His concerts felt more like historical events than regular shows. Also, you gotta remember, this was before social media. Fans didn't see celebrities every single day online. You couldn't just open TikTok or Instagram and watch your favorite.
Let me be honest. Drake cannot fuck with Michael Jackson like on any level, right? But I will say this. If social media was around in the 80s, especially when Michael Jackson's face was changing and shit, bro, TikTok would have had a field day with Michael Jackson, bro. They would have went off on that motherfucker. If Michael Jackson one day was brown skinned, then a couple years he became light skinned, bro, TikTok would have went off on Michael Jackson. Then he had the surgeries and shit. Bro, TikTok would have clowned on Michael Jackson. I'm being honest with you. If TikTok was around, Instagram was around when Michael Jackson went from fucking brown skin to white, bro, they would have went off on that motherfucker. I'm just saying that, bro.
Artists live whenever you want to. Seeing Michael Jackson in person was rare, expensive, and emotional for a lot of people, which justifies the passing out at his concerts. You can't compare the two.
All my life, I love Drake.
But look though, it's warranted because Drake passed Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
Bro.
Nah, don't do that.
So it's warranted.
He did.
Don't do that. Don't
He
do
passed.
But we gotta put in perspective. Drake passed Michael Jackson, but Drake dropped albums every fucking year. You feel what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, he had the most #1 hits within fucking 4 albums. Drake had to drop 20 albums to even get close to fucking Michael Jackson record. We're talking 15 #1s. We're talking 15 #1s with Michael Jackson not even dropping 10 albums. What are we talking about?
Michael Jackson is on the books. Billboard, nigga.
In what?
He got more #1s than Michael Jackson.
Yes, Drake did pass Michael Jackson on the list of #1 hits in America, but that does not mean Drake is now the GOAT. First of all, the music industry today is completely different from when Michael Jackson was at his peak. Drake pretty much grew up in the streaming era, so millions of people can play his songs instantly. Whereas back in the 1980s, people had to physically buy albums or wait to hear his songs on the radio. So comparing raw numbers across 2 completely different eras is dumb. And the most important thing to mention is the fact he's dead. People are replaying a catalogue of his music that already existed decades ago, and despite that, his numbers are still massive. That alone says a lot about how timeless his music is. If Michael Jackson was alive today and actively releasing music in the streaming era, his numbers would probably be insane. Fresh music keeps artists consistently in conversation and gives listeners something new to replay. But when an artist unfortunately passes away, eventually people naturally rotate music less often because they've heard the same catalogue over and over again. Meanwhile, Drake is alive, consistently releasing music, and even then, it still took years to finally pass certain Michael Jackson records.
The shit is that Michael Jackson fell off when he was 40. You out your mind. You out your mind, nigga. You out your mind, nigga. In 2010, Michael Jackson was irrelevant. In 2010, Michael Jackson was irrelevant, nigga.
All right, let's be real. Let's examine this, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. After Dangerous, after Bad, y'all gonna hate me for this. I don't think Michael Jackson's music was as good as his Bad and Thriller era and Off the Wall. Like after Bad, I'm not saying Michael Jackson fell off, but from Dangerous to Blood on the Floor to Invincible, I don't feel like those albums were just as good as the 80s. I'm not saying he was washed. I'm not saying he was trash. I'm just saying his music was as good as in the 80s, in the early 2000s and the 90s. Michael Jackson's music was way better in the 80s. As soon as he got in the 90s, I don't know. I'm not saying it was trash. It wasn't just as good as the 80s era or Invincible. I feel like Invincible was overproduced. It had some slaps on there. It just wasn't as good as his 80s era.
He was only known for that one shit. You out your fucking mind. Michael Jackson. Nobody was doing that shit in 2010. Are you fucking serious?
In his 40s, he wasn't as popular, but there's a reason for that. From the 90s and early 2000s, pop shifted hard.
Yeah.
Hip-hop and rap became mainstream dominant, and Michael Jackson just didn't adapt to that and continued to make pop-funk style music. So he got less mainstream focus. Bro wasn't even releasing music as often. The media focus shifted away from that and more into the allegations and legal issues, which is a huge factor. I love how he doesn't mention that. This nigga Dub be talking so much smack about Michael. Like, bro, what do you have in life?
Like, what do you do other than be Woo-Wop's dad and DDG's brother, Dub?
Now let's talk about Toby from the Sidemen. This is his thoughts on MJ.
Michael Jackson, in this day and age, does not reach the heights of success that he did. On the basis that it's overly saturated. I'm not saying he's not as talented. We consume so much music, so much entertainment, so much media that people can't hyper-focus on one talented person like that.
The music industry being more saturated doesn't stop exceptional artists from standing out. It just means average artists get lost easier. People act like Michael Jackson was only successful because of his era, but he became the biggest entertainer on the planet because he was operating on a completely different level. There are thousands of artists today, yet the biggest stars still dominate global culture. Someone with Michael Jackson's talent would absolutely break through. And saying we consume so much content to the point where we can't hyper-focus on one person is stupid. You do know people still gravitate towards exceptional individuals, right? Oversaturation and some brain-rotted kids won't change that.
Regardless of whether it's breaking through or already being in the industry, I think he'll stand out, yeah? Right. I'm saying the levels of obsession and infatuation with him would not be the same because there's too much distracting people now.
I do agree. I'm not saying Michael Jackson will be just. I'm not saying Michael Jackson wouldn't be as popular in the 80s. It's just the controversies that Michael Jackson had. I don't think he would have lasted long during this era. I'm not saying Michael Jackson would have been trash. We talking about allegations. We talking about this motherfucker changing colors. We talking about this motherfucker all types of Peter Pan syndrome. This motherfucker would have not lasted in this generation. I'm not saying Michael Jackson would not be successful and be the greatest star, but bro, this motherfucker was brown skinned one day, and then the next day he was fucking light skinned. It didn't bring up his vitiligo. Motherfuckers would have. Oh my god! If Michael Jackson allegations wouldn't have came during the 2020s, if motherfuckers would have found out Michael Jackson was allegedly having sleepovers with little boys, bro, they would have did that motherfucker like they did Diddy. We don't like this generation, especially when it comes to like child abuse and shit like that. I don't think Michael Jackson would have been. Come on, bro. I'm not saying. Come on, bro. This generation, nah, man.
You can argue that nobody will ever reach Michael Jackson's exact level of culture dominance because media is more fragmented now. That's fair, but saying people wouldn't be as obsessed or infatuated with Michael Jackson is crazy. Having more distractions doesn't stop people from being obsessed with someone exceptional. If anything, quite the contrary. Standing out in a world with infinite entertainment would prove they are even more special.
An estimated 4.8 billion fans worldwide in the 1990s. That's more than half the population of the world being a fan of Michael Jackson.
I don't know. I don't think I agree.
Sidemen breaking through now.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you now.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this. I feel everyone is bored and just be saying shit. Apparently Drake himself thinks he's greater than Michael Jackson. Didn't bro spend over 100k for his glove and put it on his album cover? Doesn't seem like something a GOAT would do. The main reason I will always see Michael Jackson as the GOAT of music is because of my own mother. Back in the day and in present day, my mum doesn't know any artist but Michael Jackson. She didn't even research who the guy was. Michael found her. That says a lot. Anyway, people gotta stop putting disrespect on Michael Jackson's name. He's the GOAT and will always remain the GOAT. To this day, no one has fainted over an artist. To end the video, I'ma play this clip to show my GOAT is not washed, even beyond the grave.
So this tweet says the Michael movie will be shown in a soccer stadium on May 31st in Russia. This will celebrate a concert that Michael held in the country in the same exact stadium. Yeah, I gotta be honest.
Russia might be cooked.
How the fuck are we in the year 2026 and Michael Jackson is
Still selling out stadiums.
So it looks like Russia is going to be playing the whole Michael movie in the exact stadium that Michael Jackson performed at almost 30 years ago. And yeah, you probably guessed this shit sold out in genuine
Seconds.
I mean, you gotta think about it, because if that shit is selling out that quick for a stadium in Russia, imagine that they played this at the Dodger Stadium on opening weekend. Because I know both me and you would have been.
Fainting in that goddamn stadium.
And yeah, not only are they going to be playing the movie, but they are going to be also playing a tribute on the big screen in the stadium. I mean, I honestly didn't think that Michael Jackson was going to take his Thriller music video too seriously, because at this point, he's pulling off shit
From the grave that no living artist could ever do.
Yeah, Michael Jackson is definitely like that motherfucker. He's definitely on another level.
Stadium.
Michael Jackson is the greatest entertainer of all time. I have to give it to him. I'm a personally big Beatles fan. I feel like the Beatles make the best music. That's why, I believe the Beatles are the best artists ever. But Michael Jackson, as far as entertainer, he's the best entertainer ever. But I just feel like in this generation, the time, with all the allegations and like his weirdness, that motherfucker would have been dragged, bro. Any allegations on TikTok, if TikTok would have heard just Michael Jackson sleeping with little boys doing now, bro. My name is Isaiah. This is Isaiah the Show. I'm out.